Hi everyone. I thought I would just do a quick little video and talk to you about a few things that you need to know as we're getting started on the course. I can see that a lot of you have already logged on and gotten started on the orientation, and I have heard from you both in the All About Me assignment as well as you're emailing me and also completing the little introduction quiz. That quiz doesn't count for marks. It's just a really good way for me to show you how the quiz tool works and give you a little bit of practice and for me to get to know you a little bit better. So a few things I wanted to just go over as we get started to help everybody be successful this semester. The first is I have a picture of the email page. So when you go into the emails using the, you can just use the email icon up here to take you there. One thing that you really need to know about the email system in D2L is that it's specific to D2L only. It's a closed system. So every semester I get emails from students and they're pretty stressed because they've been emailing me all week and I haven't answered them. If I don't answer you within 24 hours, something's wrong. So what was wrong in those cases was that they were trying to email me from their Gmail account or their Hotmail account or something like that. And you can't do that in D2L. You can only email within the system. So it will not accept any emails from outside the system. And I know that can be frustrating, especially if you're trying to send me like rough work for quizzes and things like that off your cell phones, because you're trying to do it from your cell phone email account and it won't go through. So just know that you can't send me emails from outside of D2L, okay? All right, so after all my years of teaching e-learning, and I've been doing this for a number of years now, I started when e-learning was kind of a new thing to the school boards. I have sort of compiled a little list of sort of success tips for you, or I guess lack of success tips, I guess you could call it, if we want to look at it as the glass half empty. I try to see things as the glass half full. So let's look at it that way and say, none of you will do any of these and you will be successful in e-learning, okay? Your parents are emailing your teacher more than you are. Don't let that happen, please. I every semester get a couple of emails from parents who think that some, if they email me instead of their child, that, they kind of can carry a little bit more weight and talk me into giving an extension and an assignment and things like that. That's not how it works. You need to contact me ahead of time, and you have to have a really good reason, like you've been in hospital or, family circumstances, things like that, and you have to let me know ahead of time that you're behind and you're going to need an extension. I generally give you quite a bit of time, like I leave the things open after the day that we cover them in class for everybody to get caught up and get that stuff in. So if you're not going to meet that deadline, you're already working with an extension as it is. So you need to let me know what's going on if you can't meet those deadlines, okay? That ties into number 2. If you're asking for extensions on assignments and you're that far behind, the danger is that you won't get caught up by midterm when we have a midterm exam or by final exam in June. So it's going to hurt you down the road, and I don't want that to happen. If you are asking, or if you are using your e-learning period at school to sleep in or go to work early, if you have a period 4 e-learning and you're saying to your boss, oh yeah, but I could come in for 2, I have e-learning period 4, so I can miss that. Or if you're working on other courses during that time and figuring that you'll just get caught up on e-learning later. It just generally doesn't happen, so please try not to do that, because that'll lead you to trouble. Please communicate with me. Number 4 here, ask for help as soon as you need it, and don't let things get on top of you. And if you're asking your teacher for alternate assignments because you have got zeros and you're behind in some of your other assignments, and all of a sudden you realize you're not going to pass the course or you're not going to get the mark you wanted to, don't ask your teacher for alternate assignments. Treat the e-learning course just like you would a real class in school, okay? There's lots of advantages to e-learning. It actually gives you a head start when you get to post-secondary, because most universities are using electronic drop boxes, electronic quiz tools, all sorts of this stuff now. I work at Trent University and I see it firsthand all the time that everything is online now. And so the fact that you guys are getting lots of practice and really familiar with this type of learning will be a huge advantage to you when you get there. The one thing that you have to watch out for in e-learning, and the most common comment that I make on report cards is this one down here. He or she should work to improve time management and organizational skills. And that ties in again with those things we talked about on the previous slide. You just need to make sure you're staying on top of things and treat this just like you would an in-class course. Okay, so it's important for you to know because it's second semester and a lot of you have applied to the colleges and universities for September. So the marks that come out will go to the University Application Center, the College Application Center. You don't get a progress report in March because we're really just getting started. The first progress report or midterm report that you're going to get with an actual mark on it for this course will be on the midterm report in April, and that will be a grade, and that grade will get sent by your school to the University Application Center and the College Application Center if you're applying to college, okay? So those marks are important. We have a midterm exam, and that mark will not be on your April report mark. Okay, some teachers use the marks tool or the grades tool within D2L. I don't, so that's not going to be up to date or accurate for you. The only way that you have of knowing what your mark is by emailing me and asking me for a mark update, which I'm always glad to provide. So generally at the end of each unit, I will send out an email to each student in the class and tell you what your mark is so far. If you need it sooner than that, then certainly email me and I'll be happy to do that for you. The other thing is if you are a Kawartha Pine Ridge School Board student, then you can go into EDSB and you can actually see all your grades there. It won't show you a final mark, but it will show you all your grades, and I will give you the grade breakdown for how it's all weighted so that you can figure it out pretty much for yourself as well. The last thing I want to talk to you about just briefly is attendance. I do attendance on web attendance each day, and how I do it is today is February 8th. So I'll look at my class list, and anybody who didn't log on February 7th, it will say February 6th beside your name. So I will mark you absent for yesterday because you didn't log on yesterday. So I can see all of that. If you log on and you don't go anywhere on the website, it doesn't actually sort of collect that information, so it won't show as a log on. So make sure that you go in or check your emails or go into the coursework or something when you do log on, okay? If you miss 5 days in a row, you're going to get an email, and so is your guidance counselor and your vice principal and your parents, and it's going to warn you that you've missed 5 days in a row. If you miss 10 days in a row, you're going to have 24 hours to respond to that warning email and explain your absence and explain whether or not you intend to keep taking the course. If they don't hear back from you within the 24 hours, you'll be removed automatically from the course. If you miss 15 days in a row, you're just going to be removed, and so the only email you'll get is you have been removed from the e-learning course due to attendance. So if there's a reason why you're going to be away for a chunk of time, then can you please communicate that to me, and I'll let everybody know who needs to know so that that doesn't happen to you, okay? Otherwise, you should be logging on every day just like a regular class, and we take attendance just like a regular class. If you're in the course and you're not entirely sure that you want to stay in the course for the whole semester, that you might drop it, please try and make that decision as early as possible and go see your guidance counselor and let them know. We have right now 45 people left on the wait list for the course, some of whom probably need it for university in September. So that's going to be life-changing for them if they don't get the credit. And so if you are, kind of not sure that you want this and you're not sure that you're going to finish it, please try to take care of that and drop the course with your guidance counselor as soon as possible. So as always, I'm always available by email. I'm online on the weekends, on evenings. I log on about 6:30 in the morning every day. So I will get back to you very promptly whenever you email me with questions or needing help or anything else. So please communicate with me a lot, and I hope you enjoy the course. Thanks.